What is up? I am Eric and you are watching Resell Pickups. Now in this video we are going to talk about the things that I have been reselling in the past week. So I've got stuff that has already been shipped out that I'll show you screenshots, and then I have other stuff that I've actually have in hand still that I will talk to you about. So if you like this video, go ahead, subscribe, hit that bell notification. With that being said, let's check it out. Okay, so I've got my phone here so I can look at all the stuff that I have here. Now I've got a mix between stuff, like I said, that has already been shipped, and then stuff I have over here that I want to talk about. So we're going to kind of break it down into three things. Now I've sold some plushes, and when I say sold some, it was just one this week, and then I have a section of clothes, and then I have a section of shoes. So we're going to run straight down this list. We're going to talk about some of these and maybe talk about how much I paid for them, how much they sold for, anything else that could help you grow your business and basically get more money in your pocket. Now, all of this stuff was done from either a thrift store, the flea market, trying to buy wholesale online. There's a bunch of different ways that I've picked it up, but I will let you guys know if it's something different than that. So with that being said, let's go ahead and start this off with the first plushies, or the only plushie, and that is this Mickey Mouse vampire plushie. It talks. I don't really know what it says. It's really distinguished or not distinguished. I paid $1 for this at a Goodwill, and I paid $1 and sold it for $9. So about after fees, I made about $7. So I'm pretty happy about that right there. Next, we're gonna go ahead and hop right into it. Here is a shirt that I picked up. It is a Hank Williams III shirt, and it is an older shirt, so I listed it and it ended up selling for $25. I'm gonna go ahead and ship that out today, but I wanted to kind of talk to you guys before I shipped all this stuff out what I sold. Now the next thing is a Diadora sweatshirt kind of thing. It was not like sweatshirt material. It felt more like a woven fabric kind of blanket, but it ended up selling for $33, and I believe I got that in a wholesale lot where I paid $7 per item. So if you see that, I paid $7 and it ended up turning into 33. Now that is 33 without, all these prices are without anything taken out. That's what they sold on either Mercari or Poshmark for, and so you gotta think there's fees involved. Most of the time I don't discount for shipping, so that's not involved. So these prices that you're hearing are about 10 or 15 to 20% without the fees taken out. So that's what that is. Next here we've got this Coke shirt that I found. I think this is pretty cool. It just has a little pirate on the front, and then on the back there is a Coke logo. I found this, it's a vintage, it's on a what is that, a Hanes heavyweight tee, and I sold that for $22, and I picked this up at a Goodwill for $3. So you guys know that is a good pickup right there. Next is this Indianapolis shirt. It's a racing shirt. It was a really small one. It was like it had the size large on it, but it had obviously shrunk. It was from like the late 80s, I want to say like 89. And honestly, that is pretty impressive. It sold for $25, and yet again, that was in that $7 wholesale lot. So I paid $7 per item. So going from 7 to 22 for me is a good purchase. Next, we've got this polo shirt. It's not anything fancy. It's just a long sleeve polo shirt. Other than that, it has the horse on it. It was a bigger size. It was a 2XL. And so I ended up selling this for $18. And I probably paid, I think if I'm right, it was $4.99, so $5 into 18. That's not too terrible. It's not great, honestly. However, but I'm not going to complain. The percentage is still worth it for me to do. $5 into 18 is more than definitely half. So I'm making more than double my money, so I'm happy there. What else do we got? Okay, so we've got no more online sales, no more clothes that needed to be shipped, but I do have this vintage Nike Cascade running from 1993. It's a vintage shirt, and it's just a Nike running shirt. There's nothing on the back there, and that sold for $22. That was in that $7 wholesale lot as well. So $7 into 22 is totally, yet again, is a great deal for me. And then I've got this vintage Neil Young shirt. This was from the Neil Young 1999 solo acoustic tour. And since it is 2000, 2020, shirts from 1999 are vintage, so that works out. That sold for $20, and I want to say that may have been part of a wholesale lot that I paid $6 for. That either way is a good deal. So now moving on to shoes, I sold quite a few shoes. Now I'm looking down at this list, and I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 10 pairs of shoes that I sold in this last week, and honestly, I am very happy about that. I have 4 pairs still, and I shipped out the other 6 already earlier in the week, and so I wanted to talk about those. First off are these Jordan Spike shoes. They're these yellow Jordans. I want to say I used Poshmark credit because I had credit, like, not from selling stuff. Like, I won one of those like random giveaways, and so I had $30, and I spent $30 of that credit to buy these shoes, trying to decide if I wanted to keep them for myself or if I was just gonna pass them along. And so I got them. They just didn't really kind of work for me, and so I ended up just flipping them, and I think I made like $5. Well, technically I made $35, but I made $5 on top of the credit that I used. So that was a weird pickup just because I didn't spend any money for it. It was all money or credit that I had gotten for free. But then they didn't really work out for me. Just the colors weren't really great for me, so I just sold that on, and I ended up making $5, which really was 35. So I'm pretty happy with that. Next, we've got these Merrells. Now these are those Merrell Moabs. These are huge. Every time I see a pair of these, I definitely end up picking them up. These were 10.5s, but I kind of paid up for these. These were $18 at Goodwill. That is usually a price that I wouldn't pick up things for, but when I saw them, I saw that they were in great condition. I didn't really need to clean them up. All I did was clean off the numbers of the price, because they like to write it and put a sticker on. I don't know what that's all about, but I just cleaned that off, and they were literally ready to go. And those sold for $35, so I made about double my money worth of what I paid with that $18. So I'm still happy there. The margin percentage probably isn't the best, but $18 for just cleaning off those prices and listing them. Those sold really quickly, and I'm very happy about that. Next, I picked up these Merrells. These are like a purple pair for women, and I paid $8 for them, either $7.99 or $8.99. I can't remember the specifics there, but I know it was about $8, and those sold for $24. So that is a solid pickup for me. Basically tripled my money. If I paid $8, 8 to 16 to 24, that's tripling my money. Now fees and stuff get in there, but that's right in that margin for me that I'm very happy about. Next, we picked up these Nike Air Zoom Vomeros. These are pretty cool. They were in really good condition. They were $9.99, and they ended up selling for $30. So I paid $10 for them, and I essentially got 3 times my money. So from 10 to 30, I'm not gonna complain there. Same thing with these, is I just needed to clean off the numbers on the bottom, and then they were ready to list to sell. Honestly, they worked out pretty well. Now this next pair was a pair of Vans that I picked up. They had like 3 Velcro laces. They didn't have actual laces, they had the Velcro straps, and those sold for $18. If I remember correctly, I paid like $4.99 for them, so that's totally well worth it. I picked those up in like a local thrift store, but for that price, I was very happy about it. And then next, I picked up these Nike Zoom Pegasus 35. These I picked up. These were $8.99. I picked them up. They're size 9. They are women's shoes, and they ended up selling for 30 bucks as well. So definitely well worth the money. Anytime I find a nice pair of Nikes like this, I definitely pick them up if the price is right. And these were in great condition. I just had to clean off that price tag, and there weren't any other issues with them, so I'm definitely stoked with those. Now this next pair of Vans I picked up, they were $3.99. They were kids Vans, and so I wasn't too worried about spending too much money on them, but they weren't in the best of condition. I think I did end up cleaning them up, and they had been listed for probably about a month. But so they sold for $14, so I was pretty happy with that, honestly. There was a weird thing that the actual laces weren't real laces, they were like elastic, but they were perfect for kids shoes, and that's why I picked them up. So anytime I find a pair of Vans shoes for kids and they're dirt cheap, like $3-4 bucks, and they're in decent condition, I pick those up. I can sell them like that all day long. Next, we have a pair of Cole Haans. These are size 9.5. These are loafers. They're not penny loafers. They don't have the little penny slot, but these are a good deal. I sold these for $22 and I paid $8.99, so a little bit more than doubled my money on these, so that is really good. Now these aren't anything fancy. They're not the Nike Air ones. They're just the penny loafers, and so for that price, I'm pretty happy on that. These are a little bit used, but all the pictures were there and people were happy to pick them up. And last but not least was probably my favorite pickup. Now I had to spend a little bit more of money on these, and I've already shipped them out, sadly enough. But I picked up a pair of Jordan 1s, Retro Royal, Game Royals, I believe is what they're called, on Poshmark. Like I had mentioned earlier, I had some credit on the app, and I ended up buying these Jordan 1s for $90. That was shipped. That was everything included. I got them home. I cleaned them up a little bit. They stunk. I sprayed them down with aerosol, and then they were clean and good there, or Lysol, not aerosol. And then I listed them, and I sold them for $157, which meant I made 40 bucks after fees on top of all of the credit that I got. So essentially I got like $140 of free money from this. So I had originally $100 of Poshmark credit, and if you take in effect the $35 I got from the Jordan Spikes, and then the $140 I got from these Jordan 1s, I ended up getting $175 from that $100 Poshmark, so it all worked out in the end, so I'm very happy about that. So I want to know what you guys think. Comment down below and let me know, what out of all the stuff that I shipped would you want to have picked up? And if you see anything that you like, let me know. Now all this stuff is already sold, but check out my links down below in the description for my Poshmark and my Mercari if you're interested in that at all. Hopefully this channel is something that helps you kind of realize how reselling works and helps you kind of grow your knowledge. I want to give you guys advice and all that stuff. So with that being said, I want to say thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell notification. That way you know when I post more videos. And honestly, I want to say one more time, thank you so much for watching, and make sure you have a good day.